All right. So far, got what 8 a.m. opened up. Let me do it. All right. Let me see if this should work now. It should be a little bit better. Oh yeah, no, it's back to better now. Let's do it. I'm at 8 a.m. first, 8 a.m. gap right here. But yeah, we got no first presented fair value gap so far. So I'm thinking I'd like to see this low. And then we got this negative zero point 0.5 and negative 1 standard deviation from this opening range. But only thing is, this can be a continuation down. This can push down all the way until, we got this new day opening gap right here. Inside of this new week opening gap. So what I'm gonna do is just add this, and I'll just put I'll put this as gray. I'm gonna leave it there. Oh, day opening gap. So we could get a momentum down all the way to here if we overextend these negative standard deviations. And I'm saying that to potentially go up higher because I was anticipating that if we got above all this, which let me get rid of this real quick. Yeah, I'm saying if we got above this new week opening gap strong, then yeah, this is where I would like to see some type of continuation move back up to the upside. Now, I'm not saying that this can't just come all the way back down to the lows, but I personally want to see if, and this is ES though, by the way, so want to see if this wants to take out the low right here. Let's just make this a little, something like that. Boom. Take out the low, maybe hit these negative standard deviations and start pushing up to the upside. And we do have these relative equal highs right here, right by that opening range. Near the opening range high, we got relative equal highs. So let me do NQ real quick. This is AM. I mean, we do got a tiny, tiny gap, but I'm not going to use it. Well, we got this one as well. So, anyways, let's get our opening range levels high to the low. No, we did take out this low. Let me see. AM opens up, take out these relative equal lows, and then we ran into this new week opening gap high. ES hasn't taken out that low yet. And this is a low right here. We need to see ES come and run out. Or not necessarily, because 730 opens here. Then we take out this low right here. Then we tap the new week opening gap high as well. Then we inside of other old gaps right here, right and over here. So this can ultimately send price higher for these relative equal highs. Right here. Yeah, yeah, ES hasn't tapped this low yet. We're a little bit closer to the low than I thought. We're a little bit closer to this low than NQ is. Or yeah. Alright, so ES officially took out this low there. And we run inside of this new opening gap, side of this fair value gap. But personally would like to see if it want to come for these lows. But let's see. Got this gap. This point probably just wait till 8:30 open up and then see if we get some type of push to the upside. Cause we might just be trying to come down for these lows, maybe even reach equilibrium of this new week opening gap before we decide to want to push up higher. Kind of my idea here. Oh, we did. What the? Why was I confused? Yeah, 7:30 up here, drop up, boom. One thing I like about ES so far is it hit that negative -0.5 and we took out the low. So this is good enough to send the market back up higher, and we don't necessarily have to reach for that new week opening gap high. I mean, it definitely could, and wouldn't be a bad thing if it do it. Like if it took out this low, but if it come for this one, which has relative equal lows, then we possibly could reach for this negative standard deviation, or even here around 830, or if not, then we push up, take out the highs, and then maybe 930 will do its manipulation. Right, but we're looking for some type of continuation, follow up prior to 930. So whether we're pushing up to these highs or we push back up, take out some form of buy side, like up here, and then we start pushing down again and can target these levels. So it's a lot of possibilities right now, but we must wait. Probably just wait for that 830 opening bell. Let me see how the 5-minute. Yeah, I'd rather see how this 5-minute. 15-minute about to close. This is 7:30 open. Boom. Oh, I'm not confused. How we make it to here, but then we. Oh, that was for NQ. Oh no. Oh yeah, cause we never made it to the 0.5 for ES. NQ, I believe we did. Yeah. Okay. So that was the little SMT part. Yeah, I should start looking into that. Like when we don't. So ES, we didn't reach this, but NQ we did. So once we respect the 730 first presented, then we displace away from it after getting the 1, 2, 3. That can be like a continuation. And that's without looking for a buy side or sell stop. This is targeting any draw that you have instead of waiting for it. So if you want to see sell side taking out first, right, this would probably be something you want to see when 730 open up. Boom. You want to see it stay below the opening range, right? We got the midpoint right there, 0.25 right here. So if we don't make it to that, and NQ did, and we inside of this bearish for value gap with a volume imbalance right there, and that should tell you like, okay, we might not need to push up any higher, especially if we got this 1, 2, 3, and the bodies stand below the 730 opening price. And when we got that displacement, I mean, personally, I don't like how the candle started taking off after that, like all of these, but nonetheless, it started pushing down, and it didn't take out that low. So if you would have gotten in here before it took out the low, stop loss above the 730, and we're going to be confident our stop loss not going to get touched because NQ has already reached the 0.5, right? And then we got bodies respecting this, and then we got a displacement. So if we bearish, we want to see price react off, come back to this high until we take out this low. And this is where we'll be break even now. Once it took out that low, then you can just trail your stop as it's pushing down. So it'd be like that, boom, and just keep trailing. But it's 8:16. Just gonna wait for that 8:30 opening bell. It's just pushing down. And nothing you can do when it's just doing that. React off of that midnight opening price in that 0.5 area for NQ. I think NQ and ES is looking good though, to be honest. Just gotta wait for it. See if NQ want to take out that low. Maybe it'll do it at an 8:30. Maybe it'll just leave it there, take it out, run it, and then we can possibly start seeing this move up higher. Then I wouldn't even mind targeting these relative equal highs aside of this 730 opening range. Right? So We're gonna see. I'm gonna let this thing move around, do what it gotta do real quick, and then I'll be back. Be back in this. All right. So we took out the low, um, but then we have a 15-minute gap right here. So I mean, if we're not gonna trade into that, um, then more than likely we're gonna try to run for these lows. And I mean, yeah, if we don't run for that, then I like to see these relative equal lows right here taken out, and then that'd be NQ reaching the midpoint inside of this new week opening gap right there, and then again we leaving these relative equal highs, and then we have a higher time frame CV that we can reach, and then with some more buy side up here that we can reach. But if we don't want to reach that, right, and then we get below here, and then we start using this upper half as resistance, meaning that we don't want to push up anymore, like higher. So if we doing something like this, and then like ranging, and then showing a 1, 2, 3 with some displacement, then yeah, more than likely we're gonna try to run for this low. And that's what the opening bell could do. It could run down inside of this gap over here, right? How I got drawn up, and then probably start pushing up, right? It'll be taking out this new week opening gap low with this bullish fair value gap right here. So that is a possibility. I mean, I wouldn't mind it take out this low. I mean, this is the 8:30 open. It was extremely volatile, which is cool. I prefer it to take out this low and then show me it want to push up higher. But we have to keep in mind that this is a 15-minute gap up in here. So it's really this high right here. So as soon as we take out this high, we'll be running inside of a 15-minute gap. All right. Macro is coming up, so let's see. And even if we took out sell side, let's say this was all perfect timing, right? This was all during the macro. Only reason why I really wouldn't have taken this trade is because we have a 5 minute gap, right? And we didn't close above it strong. And we didn't close above this new week opening gap, right? And then we got this inversion fair value gap over here. This is why you got to look to the left as well. So you're looking over here, but you're also looking over here just in case. So this also adds on for price to want to push down again, even if we took out sell side once, right? Now, if the 5 minute was showing like, okay, boom, after we respected it, then the next 5 minute candle opened up and we started pushing up here like this, closing above it, then yeah, this would be more valid to take for longs on a lower time frame to then look for this or something. Or you wait for price to push down more and you wait for another setup, right? Just gonna wait for the macro time. And I'm gonna do one contract today, no matter the stop. And then I'll just like add on to the position once once price give me like another entry opportunity where I can move my first position to like break even. Gonna scale into the contracts. And honestly might just wait till 8:30. Hopefully not though. I mean if this gonna push down be a bearish day, which it could be because this could be a TGI Friday, which ICT talk about. It's like thank goodness it's Friday. That's what that stands for. And that's where we can just be running to take out a bunch of liquidity that we left behind from yesterday. But we actually left a bunch of liquidity from all this week, really. So I would think this would be more of like a new week opening gap, yeah. So this been more of like a bearish week. So hopefully it's more of like a pullback and then we go. I mean, we do have this low down here if it want to get real bearish, right? That's fine if it want to do that. But prefer to start seeing this baby start pushing up to the highs. I kind of rather see, if I put no, let me just draw it backwards. So you can see we had this uh near this 0.25 area right here in this upper half. So I'd rather see it not work in this lower half. I'd rather see it now start trying to pull away from this, right? But we still have this liquidity. So if we do tap this, then I'd rather see it like try to start running away fast. Unless we're gonna start trying to head down for other inefficiencies like down in here before we want to go up higher. But in the meantime, I'm talking about as of now, because I want to really see if we can get in this, and then 9:30 opens up, and then we just shoot for the stars. Cause 9:30, I feel like it'll do something like that, like it'll just push down. Or if we already push down before 9:30, right, and it opens, we can probably like push all the way up here, something like that, for a continuation model. Because mind you, we're looking at from the 15-minute perspective. If we just draw our range, oh shit. If we just draw out the range from the high to the low, we got equilibrium right here. And then this 15-minute closed above it. And this one also swept it. So let's see if this next one here, heading into the macro, it might want to just take out the low and then push up higher. But really, I just want to see if it can hold that. Let's put a fib on this. Let's get the equilibrium part. Might get a macro manipulation. So the macro might actually take out the next candle low. And then the next 15-minute candle opens up and we start pushing up hard. We want to see 9 a.m. be the booster to then take off. Hopefully this ain't gonna consolidate up until then, because you can see it's kind of wicky. It is kind of wicky when you look at that price action right now. It is looking wicky. And we doing it really around the midnight opening price, if you notice that. This dashed line right here is the midnight opening price. Yep. So that's the midnight opening price. If you notice it now, we just been consolidating around that. And ES is pushing down, so it's pushing down to that current new day opening gap. Next, let me see where it's at for NQ real quick. Current new day opening gap here. So yeah, I definitely want to start seeing this. Unless NQ want to catch up and come down here. But ES is so close to it. The current new day opening gap. If I go to ES real quick, see it. ES is a lot closer to this. Could put some fibs on here too, actually. Right. Let me see. I kind of like this more, man. I ain't gonna lie. Yes, it's looking a lot better. Macro time too. Like if I go to 1 minute, we so close to it. That's that. This might stay in the upper half, close close to the new week opening or new day opening gap. Well, we already trading inside of it. Check out this low. Now we pushing up. See, that's what I like to see right here. Yeah, I'll do like one. Let me see. Yeah, I like this setup. You gotta push up, pull back. The only thing is, I want to see how this 3 minute candle close, cause, or no, what is it? 5 minute. I'm gonna put a buy limit right here, and then I'm gonna put my stop loss. Put my stop loss right under here. So yeah, if we can get on in there. I think I'm gonna just manually enter if it comes in there. Hold up. Yeah, I'm gonna just manually enter if it comes in inside this. Gonna reach it or not? I mean, if it show a continuation off of here, then I'll just go ahead and get in up here and then put a stop below. Because then this would just be a continuation model of a 1, 2, 3, move higher. Then I'll just go ahead and long that. But 9 a.m. is about to open up here. So I do want to see how that open up low key before I take this setup. Because 9 a.m. it can get crazy, to be honest. But I like how we closed above on the 5-minute. Made it only be one contract. And you're risking like 71 bucks. Let's say, for example. I want to see how this plays real quick. I don't like how we close inside here like that. I wonder if this is just gonna push down, take out these relative equal lows once more. Maybe even push down more a little bit. And then start pushing down. Because right now it's avoiding trading into that 15-minute gap. So this might want to show a continuation to the downside. When you think about it. So I want to see if it's going to hold the midpoint of this gap. I was about to manually get in, but this is what, or put a limit there, but that's why I waited, because you don't want to see this. So this is why I always want to wait to see how it closes. It's not a bad entry, but leading up into a 9 a.m. candle, or yeah, leading up into the 9 a.m. open, sometimes it can get crazy. It's really unpredictable. Really at any open of any hour. Nine a.m. open. Let's see if we can hold this gap, or if we're gonna push down and take out the low. Cause then I'll be more interested in taking this if we get above here. I want to see this candle turn into a order block right there. Closure, stop loss to be below here. And that'd be perfect. Unless we're gonna take out the low once more, I mean that's fine, but I'd rather see that. We might want to make it down to this -1, and then taking out these lows down here, which if we want to do that, that's fine, but I kind of want to see if Q want to reach for that buy stops near 730. That's kind of like my draw for right now. We got this 15-minute gap up here, so if we take out this high and get in, then I'll just go to, I'll move to break even. Let's wait and see. Still reacting at that midnight opening price. there. Yeah, I like this. That candle right there is perfect. Okay, I was hoping we tapped into that order block. Be a little patient here. Hopefully, it don't take out that high. Not just yet. I want a closure above. We got this volume imbalance right here. I like that. So yeah, once this candle closes and it drops inside this volume imbalance, that's where I'm gonna go long at. Right in there. Right into that volume imbalance for me. Just turn around real quick. All you gotta do. Don't take off. Don't take off yet. Don't take off yet. And this would be a small L anyway, too, if it does. Oh, come on. Why this thing ain't. I don't know how I feel about that 3 minute candle close right there. Actually. Now we're gonna put a bar limit on this candle and then see if we can reach for it. Hold on. Actually, I see something better. Yeah, I see something better right there. I like when it's coupled like this. And we just reached a new week opening gap. What's that? The high or the low? Yeah, that's the high. So yeah, I want to see this actually. Yeah, hold up. Yep, gonna wait for that. Ideally, that would have been good, but I had noticed that we respecting this 8:30 opening price, and we were respecting that 8:30 price. You would notice too in the back testing, sometimes this can just, and we close to the new week opening gap low. And mind you, this is the 15-minute high. So that's why I'm being a little bit more careful right here, actually. So I'd rather get in after I get this complete closure on a 3-minute here, above that, right? It's the 8:30 open. Now we got the official closure. Because if it hadn't not closed and we're respecting it, then yeah, this could have been bad. If I had got in. Oh shit. Obviously, some things can go good, like in hindsight, but that's just what I've noticed in other like things that I've been taking note of. 8:30 open, close to the 8:30 high. So in reality, this could just come up in here and then start dropping low. Which not that's really not what I want to see. I really want to see if it can get up here, but knowing how the market is, it might not. But we'll see. I'm more curious now to see if it's gonna take out the high. Trying not to rush this because I'm seeing that it's not really being impulsive no more. This needs to like take out the high like sooner than later. It's just being weird. And this the kind of price action I didn't want to be a part of when it did this. Like, yeah, I could have probably went break even, but I just don't want to include bad habits if we haven't closed above it just yet. But by the time we did that, we've already tapped into the volume balance, which now cancels out the entry. Like down here wouldn't have been bad, but again, we trading within this 8:30 candle, so I was wanting to see a little bit more. Again, the goal is not to try to hurry up and press any buttons. You want to take the most precise entry that you think you can. There we go. There we go. That high taken out. So this where we can get weak at. This where I would have just probably took my little profits there because of what can happen, or at least a partial or something. Got this. Got this. Now this is the 15-minute high, so I want to see if it's gonna take this high and then probably want to continue, or if we're gonna push up, close outside of this, and then use this as support to then continue up for this buy side. Mind you, we got a huge push. We still got, if we're gonna reach equilibrium too, instead of measuring this leg, measure this entire leg, which equilibrium is right there. You can see it lines up with this low right here. It haven't even reached the new day opening yet, which means there is S&Ts. Price might want to get extremely bullish and reach this to this point, which would be good. Like I reacted off of that. That was nice. Bro, what is all these ads? And they unskippable. Three ads, bro. Unskippable. Man, at least we know the draw was right. It didn't get funky in here. I really want to see if it can get to these highs, man. I don't want it to see it. Here to the 1 minute. I don't want to respect that. That's what I don't want to see. I want to see it. Well, I guess it ain't bad if it do that. If it want to pull back, do what it got to do. We see how we closed above over here. Or looking like we might close above. We'll see. But this what I was talking about. That was support price. Now we back above it. And a new week opening gap. But right now, I'm trading inside that 15-minute gap. So we're going to see how I want to trade ES. ES haven't even traded inside of that. So we took out the 815 candle high. ES didn't. Hopefully ES want to catch up. So it's reacting at that new week opening gap, man. Yeah. New week opening gap low. We got these relative equal highs resting above. Maybe ES will want to catch up. I don't know. But for ES, this do look good too, though. Right here. You're looking for this and trade up a little higher. But we might have some type of like S&T with these two highs right here. ES might be a little bit behind though. Not gonna lie. Let's get this off the chart. And Q is pushing up. If I had got in that entry, that would have been good, not bad. But it's just too many things I've seen that it don't work out if you, I don't know. It's working out today though. That's the thing. But when it's doing this, and then it just came from a consolidation impulse, and then it got weak right here. Usually I like to see this ran into and then go right away. Not spend too much time back in this area. And then we got another impulse. Like, yeah, this was not bad, but if we just gonna keep hanging around in this area, right, then I'd rather just wait for a higher probability trade. Like, you don't need to, oh, just because you see it set up, your trade set up and all that, doesn't mean you always have to take it. There might be times where you don't take it and stuff like this happen where it goes, but then the next time you take it, you're like, oh, okay, I see it played out last time. And then next time you take it, then it'll lose, even though it played out last time. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, sometimes if your setup don't appear, yeah, it don't appear. I just rather wait for a higher probability setup. Not this shit. Not when it's doing this. All this inside that 830 candle. It's like no go. Because realistically, this could have went either way. After it reacted off of this high, it could have left this 15-minute gap open and then dumped for all these relative equal lows, if you notice that. So if I had got in here, knowing that we got smooth equal lows, but in reality, that is that 5-minute fair value gap wick. So really, I like how the bodies right here stayed above it. So if we was trading in here, this is where you would not want to see it. But because of 50-50 when you got wiki action going on in here. So it became less probability for me to take or having conviction in this setup, because you want to take the setup that you have a lot of conviction in, because you're putting real money on the line. So if you don't have no conviction in it, you don't have to take it. And if it goes, you can use it as a learning curve. Add it to the books, take screenshots, whatever. But in this case, for me, it wasn't even a setup anyway. Well, I mean, it was, but not in the best conditions, right? I like to see some action like boom, boom, boom. Take this out. Boom. This was just pure range in here, pure range in here. Then it wants to start moving, which it didn't really move when you pay attention to it. Like look at the candles in here, and then after that, it's like this point just wait for a better setup. But if you had conviction in it, then yeah, go ahead and take it. If I had conviction in it, I would have taken it, but I didn't. Right? Needed to. I rather have seen it right away once we took out this low. Boom, boom, boom. Just like that. That's all I'm looking to see. Not it's spending too much time in this area. But 9:30 is about to open up soon, so I guess this should have been more to set up because well, ain't nothing you can do, right? At the end of the month. Well, it could come back in PM session, but 9:30 I can tell it's about to get crazy. Or it might just be a update into the PM session where we can just get a pullback and a continuation during that time. More than likely, this might. I mean, since we did take out this low, if we pull back, which we already had our pullback here on the 5 minute, and now we displacing up higher, but we trading inside this gap. You know, we got this 15-minute high. So I mean, if we start doing something like this, we just get the drawn to like pull. Like once we take out the high, for example, let's say we push down, but then we push up like that, then yeah, we could just start seeing higher price. But 9:30 could just boom and then drop to take out these lows down here. Let's see what we kind of news we got next month though. So we had taken this trade, despite everything that I was saying. This would have hit the target, which is good. It's good not to feel no FOMO, just learn from it, and we're gonna move on to like next week. Do the same thing, but make sure we're taking the highest quality setups. Even though on the 15 minute it does look pretty decent, took out the low, right? Did everything that I anticipated. And even for ES, I think it's playing out. Yeah, ES would have even played out if you took that entry right there. Right here. Well, I don't, yeah, I think it would have tagged you in. I don't know. I have no idea. But now ES needs to come up for these highs too, which I do think it will. I think it will get up there. Let me see if it can work in this right there. This one up quite nice. Like, no lie told. But no worries. Really, I try to aim for one trade a week, which we already met that objective. I'm not really trying to look. I'm only looking to really take 1 to 2 trades a week, and they must be extremely high probability. Which, and it was, but it wasn't. It was not conviction to me based off of this whole consolidation and wickedness. I'm thinking it's just going. This can just easily be a fake out. So, just want to avoid that kind of scenario as much as possible. Like if we had done something like this at that low, then yeah, that would have been this would have been perfect, right? Because you see how we not wiki like how we are like right here. Look at this area, right? And then look at this area. We just accumulated here, manipulated, and then dropped. This is the PA that I was looking for over here. This took too long to play out after the low is even taken out. So next thing would be is if we do get here by later on, is to get involved with these highs up here, which means I'll be looking for shorts if we open up and decide to run up all the way up here. Right? Or we could just react inside of here and then start pushing down for these lows and maybe even the new week opening gap. But again, we do have lots of buy side to take out, but that doesn't mean we have to take it out today. We could wait till next month to take it out. Which that's what I was doing. – 9:30 open. Okay, there we go. Reacting off of that 7:30. Decided I want to push up higher. This might want to come back down, react off of this. See, if we was in this, insane. Could have been holding all the way up here like I was mentioning. Just hate that the price action has shaped up the way it did. But I'm slightly more in deep into that. Let's see what we got going into next month. Okay, yeah. So next week, Friday, definitely probably no trade. Friday next week as well. I'm actually glad I didn't take no setup. I'm actually glad. Because I want to preserve this capital as much as possible. Since they already in a little bit of drawdown. Just like some days I'm just like, I don't even care. Like, I don't even care that this trade even happened. Right? It is what it is. It's gonna be dozens of opportunities just like this. Look at this play out, man. This is nice. Now this might push up all the way up here. But yeah, oh, we got Monday 10 a.m. news. Okay. Monday, Tuesday, trade balance. So we gotta be careful on Tuesday. Gotta be careful on gotta be careful on Wednesday, Thursday. All right, that's doable. Shit, we're gonna wait. Look at all that. That is perfect. Now, ES also catching up. Now, this might push all the way up here. This would have been a crazy trade if you took this. Anything up in here would have been crazy. Like, no way. But I like how it's playing off of my levels. It's just giving me more confidence, building the powers up. 9:30 opens. Probably look for some shorts here soon. I'll go a little longer today. Hold on, man. On, on, all right. So yeah, I'll probably come back later and see what we get. This move up higher, right? 9:30 open. We drop down, push. Now he's pushing up. Now this could obviously be where we could push higher inside of these levels inside of here, and then probably start working our way down later on, which is where I'll be keeping my focus at, seeing how we trade around this area later on. Because right now you can see we reacting at this lower half, so we might just come down to this 9:30 first present if everybody get stronger and then reach for these levels in here. All right, but later on, I like to see us be above this and then make our way to getting below. So something like maybe we do something like this, and then we like push in doing something like that, and then catch the move to the downside here. Unless we come back down now and then try to work our way up later on for that. Because it's the 15-minute. Again, 9:30 open. Boom. Push up higher. Take out these relative equal highs. And it reached this daily suspension block where we got two volume imbalances right there, which this is a old new day opening gap right there, which is why it's reacting like that on the lower time frame. We do still have a lot of this drawdown there to reach if we're gonna have TGI Friday, which means now that 9:30 opened up higher, this where we could be reversing. But we'll see. Nine thirty open, rally up, and now we instantly pushing down. But yeah, that you would have been out the trade by now if you had taken anything down here, hypothetically, if it was cleaner. So I'm not even going to journal something like this. I think ES looked better, but for me, I'm not. I'm only focused on really NQ. But yeah, it's already doing what it's need to do. Might just stay on a little longer. Let's see. It was heavily below that. I'm not even focused on the 9:30 first presenter. I'm more seeing if how we want to trade in here. We about to just manipulate higher. We might just take out the low inside of here and then try to push up again. But we'll see. I have seen where that happens. Where this is just a pullback to then try to continue up again. This might actually want to trade down to this new day opening gap down here. I will see. Reacted at that low of this pre-market opener range. And now we're starting to push up. So let's see. It's 9:30 opening bell was crazy. And even if you try holding for this high, this wouldn't have worked out. You'd have to hold for something like this. And you really never know how far it's gonna push. So, but I had to figure that this was gonna happen. It's just that this is unfortunate that we shaped up like this after. So we closed below it, and then we worked in that lower half. This might try to take off. But 9:30 is where I stay away from. So we're gonna get off the account. We're gonna hop on paper. That's over 100. Can't even do that one. I mean, if you did this one close, would have. I mean, yeah, no, you would have still got stopped. That's why I don't even trade at this time. This could be down here by the time later on. Even later on, if we make it all the way down here and leave these relative equal highs, let me just go to this 1 hour real quick. Leave these relative equal highs. If we don't want to reach that going into next week, then I'm gonna need to see this work back below here. But got a 4 hour gap in here underneath this. So we might, if we do want to trade into here or even trade down to these lows, that'd be insane. No lie. But the daily did take out the previous day high. So we could, by later on, we could be getting this move down to cover up this candle. Who knows, man? Or at least 50% of the previous day candle. At least reaching 50% of the previous day daily range if we work below here and get heavy. And that's inside that gap right there. So yeah, but later on, if we leave these highs and we try to reach down here, or let's say if we just reach in here and keep this open, and then we start wanting to get strong later on, then yeah, I'll go ahead and look for long targeting these highs right here, right? And then this would be the day for to look for the longs, considering that we have these consecutive up close candles, and maybe we tap into here, and next week we finish out and come back for the lows. So we could finish out strong going into the here, but we'll see. We shall see. Oh dang! Hold up! It already, dang! It already took out that low. Jeez, this thing is crazy today. Oh, there's a bunch of war news, so I'm gonna put it onto this low. We have this order block right there for price to hold, or you can call it a change in state. 5 minute. Yeah, this might just try to tank down. This is a crazy day. Just waiting for that 9:30. And honestly, to be frank, honest, yeah, this wasn't really like the day for me to try to trade. Friday, come back next week or next month, fresh. We got no blown accounts. We doing good. Then it just came for this low now. Yeah, off of that 5 minute or that 15 minute as well. Boom. Sweet. We already trading down to this. So yeah, we might have to trade down to here by later on. I don't mind seeing these lows taken out. Seeing these lows taken out. So yeah, get in here, and then later on, we try pushing back up for these highs. Got that. These one day are gonna be clean entries to take. Buy stops run. Hit the low end of that gap. Really didn't even have to run up there. I forgot to mark out the event horizon. Not that I would have taken this anyway, but yeah. We reached the lower end half of this, and then we reacted off of this event horizon between the high of this and this high. Hit the midpoint of that and the low end of that new day opening gap. And this whole entire, this what this pink line or pink box or red box is. Inverted. These are crazy trades to take though, man. Ain't gonna lie. Taking those in the future though. Those would be nice. Targeting the relative equal lows. This was a, if you're looking at it from like an ICT standpoint, yeah, it's a decent trade setup. He probably took this shit, but not me yet. If anything, this would have not been too bad, but we didn't even get a 1, 2, 3 yet. But this one I'm talking about, like, sometimes that don't even always shape up, which is fine. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Your setup not always supposed to shape up every single day. So now we hit that new day opening gap. I'll cut it right here though. And I'm gonna just call it right here and then see if we reach all this. Maybe by later on. Or it might be one trade to it. Might just want to come up here by later and then show some type of continuation off of this. So we'll see. We might either be trading away from this area or trading to it, depending on if it comes down, then wants to retrace and then show continuation. Unless we just come inside of here. Like, really? Let me see. It'll have to just draw this in. So yeah, we'd have to work below here. Right now we're trading at the new week opening gap low. And then we got that opening range. So now we hit that 4 hour. So we're gonna see if we wanna push up now. I'm thinking this might want to be bearish throughout the day, but we'll see. Now that 930 already manipulated, and then we push down. We push down over 431 handles right there from that move. That was quick. I mean, even from this move to here, this is damn near the same move, but 288. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens in this. It's a lot going on. A lot of this war stuff's on the way until later on when it cools all down. So yeah.